Last night, I saw Fong Che outside the door, looking impatient. Finish washing and come out quickly, to clean the yard and study. My mother and I will go on a trip in the family. You do it yourself, don't think about asking for help. Xiao Shui and Dong, May are all out doing things. Hurry up. Fong Che hummed and said outside, Mom, let's go. The voice of Fong Chinny. Okay. Thorough. Night Dream's body has just started to recover. Don't be too harsh. The sound gradually faded away. Night Dream's heart immediately calmed down. They're gone. What a great opportunity given by heaven. Hurry up and break through. Hurry up and take a breath-concealing pill, slightly covering the breakthrough aura, although the effect is limited, but better than nothing. To her surprise, until she broke through, took another bath, cleaned the yard and study. It was already dark, and Fong Che's family still hadn't returned. It wasn't until the candles were lit that Xiao Shui and Dong May came back driving a carriage, commanding people to move one box after another into the house. Then Fong Che and Fong Chinny returned with tired faces. And then 2 tables of food were sent from the Fong family. It seems they didn't have time to eat all. Afternoon and half the night, the deployment of the Fong family clan has been completed. After obtaining part of the power range and business circle range of the original Su family, the whole family, development has a strong foundation. Fong Zhengheng convened everyone for a meeting to arrange the next step of the family plan. Firstly, martial arts configuration must be taken seriously. Now the highest level of cultivation in the family is only at the great master level. This is not enough. With the current strength, there is no hope of breaking through to level 8. Even in level 9, there is still a risk of demotion. After all, apart from protecting the people, taking care of their livelihoods, and facilitating society, as a prestigious family, the most important thing is to complete the task of guarding the hall, handover contributions that meet the requirements of a level 9 prestigious family, obtain contribution points, and pass the qualification test. This is the most important thing. After all, these things can be handled by various levels of government and merchants around the world. As long as goods flow smoothly, people's lives can be guaranteed without prestigious families. What prestigious families need to hand in for contribution points are 3 things. First, capturing all kinds of fugitives and those who endanger the people and society. Second, handing over demon beast cores and eliminating threats from the wilderness. Third, wiping out evil cultists. Only these 3 things can exchange for contribution points, and each of these requires powerful martial arts skills. Therefore, martial arts cultivation must be the top priority. All the high-level members of the family had serious expressions. Everyone felt heavy-hearted. Last year, the Fong family received 200 contribution points for being a level 9 prestigious family. The family completed 215 points, barely maintaining its grade. Half a year has passed since this year, and only 98 points have been obtained. Completing the annual task is far from being achieved. Now we have 2 martial arts great masters. Fong Zhengheng sighed. Just then, Fong Chinny weakly raised her hand. What's wrong with you? I estimate that I can break through to the innate great master level this month, Fong Chinny said. She didn't know why, but ever since half a month ago when she went home and ate dinner with her son, her cultivation soared rapidly, almost terrifying. Her talent also became stronger. The speed of absorbing spiritual energy was several times faster than before. Although she secretly suspected that it might be because of the fruit her son gave her, she didn't say anything, nor did she ask. Such matters are too sensitive. Once exposed, even the greed and desire of people within the same clan will be difficult to handle, because such things cannot possibly be abundant. Are you going to break through? Fong Zhengheng was overjoyed, and everyone else in the room also perked up, showing looks of joy. This is really good news. One more great master means more confidence in completing the task of guarding the hall. Yes, I estimate that I won't break through until next month, and I've had the feeling these few days. Fong Qinny smiled. That's good, very good. Fong Zhenghang was overjoyed. Fong Che sat behind his mother, speaking calmly. As for the demon beast cores, I still have some left. They are all properties left by brother Su Yu's family, plus hundreds more. Although the quality varies, they can all count towards tasks. The family can use them, and I just need the money. But I hope the task quota is put under my mother's name. Then it's even better, putting it under your mother's name is fine. Anyway, it's our family name that completes the task for the Hall of Guardians. Fong Zhenghang was even happier when handing in the cores to the Hall of Guardians after receiving the contribution points. Each core is purchased at 70% of the market price. There is money to be made. The Fong family takes the task and contribution points, and Fong Che receives the money and puts it into this Su family property, satisfying both parties. After all, the Su family doesn't need a hand in any tasks anymore. In this case, with 200 or 300, we'll get nearly 40 contribution points, which will make our annual task much easier. Everyone was smiling happily, but we still can't relax. The more contribution points, the better. Fong Zhenghang warned sternly. Everyone agreed verbally, but their facial expressions were somewhat relaxed. After all, completing the task ahead of time versus pressing against the deadline makes a difference in mood and risk. If it's not completed by the last month, then everyone in the entire family will have to fight to the death, and casualties are inevitable. The meeting lasted for a long time. Fong Che accompanied throughout. Fong Qinny found it strange that he never used to participate. Yet today, he could sit patiently until the end of the meeting. What's wrong with you? Is there something wrong with your brain? Fong Qinny worriedly touched her son's forehead. It wasn't hot. Fong Che helplessly removed his mother's hand. Since rebirth, it has been almost a month. Since that night when he saw his mother, Fong Qinny, Fong Che always had a peculiar feeling. He always felt that talking and doing things with Fong Qinny was like being with his brothers back then. A very rough and heroic feeling. Very refreshing, straightforward, and simple. There was none of the coquettishness of ordinary daughters, nor was there any delicacy. Carefree. It was very comfortable to interact with. My old man must have incense burning on his ancestors' graves to find such a good wife. Fong Che envied in his heart. Being with Fong Qinny rarely gives the feeling of a mother taking care of her son, but rather Fong Che tolerating and taking care of his mother. Moreover, there's a sense of taking care of an undisciplined younger sister and taking care of a daughter. This is quite odd. Seeing that Fong Che didn't respond, Fong Qinny walked while nagging. You brought that night dream girl into the house. Mother thinks she's nice, pretty, big chest and big, but fertile. Are you planning to take her ass a concubine? Fong Che's mouth twitched. Fong Qinny earnestly advised. However, if you want to achieve something in martial arts, you must not lose your virginity before reaching the innate great master level. You must remember this. Fong Che had a black line across his face. Do you even need to say this? I already know. Fong Qinny snorted and said, like me, your mother, who was deceived by your father years ago and had you before reaching the innate great master level, resulting in sigh. Thinking back, your mother was once a genius. In Fong Qinny's voice, there was a sigh of someone who has experienced life. Fong Che rolled his eyes. When you teach others, can you not bring that hidden satisfaction? Those who know think you're sighing, but those who don't think you're bragging and encouraging me to find a wife early. Is there? Fong Qinny hurriedly adjusted her attitude. Fong Che sighed with exhaustion, changing the subject. Mother, I have a question to ask you. Why am I surnamed Fong? What surname does my father have? Fong Qinny turned her head curiously and looked at him. How could you have such thoughts? Fong Che laughed bitterly. Aren't children supposed to follow their father's surname? Yes. Fong Qinny said. What's the problem? Fong Che was stunned, stammering. Could it be? Fong Fong Qianni matter-of-factly said, "Your father is surnamed Fong. Haven't I told you?" Fong Che. Suddenly, everything became chaotic. A lump of old stuck in his throat, making him uncomfortable. Fong Qianni furrowed her brows, introspecting herself. "Did I forget to tell you? It seems I really forgot to tell you." Ha ha ha. As she spoke, she actually started laughing to herself, finding humor in her own mistake, creating such a big joke. Fong Che was speechless, looking up at the sky, his face covered in black lines. For a long time, he said, "Mother, thank you. It's really hard for you to raise me so big. Really, of course, I change your diapers." Fong Qianni began to lament the hardships of raising a child. Fong Che watched the sky the whole time. "What? I wanted to say, you didn't understand at all. So where's my father now? This matter has been told to you 800 times. Your father is currently unable to return, but your father is a good person. He is a great hero." There is pride in Fong Qianni's voice. These words, or when they were said to the original body was probably contemptuous. But now, Fong Che truly believes. That night, after dinner, before sleeping, Night Dream brought water in and began fulfilling her duties as a maid. Fong Che comfortably sat on the bed, and Night Dream began to wash his feet for him. She seemed unastonished by Night Dream's recovery. Night Dream carefully and obediently served. Except for the sound of water, there was silence. Finally, Night Dream, are you accustomed to your new name and new home? Fong Che broke the silence. He knew that some things could only be initiated by himself, because, like Night Dream, spies sent out would never actively ask questions. They would only observe silently. Very accustomed. "Thank you, young master." Night Dream obediently replied, her voice soft, full of unease and insecurity, like a newly rescued woman who has just entered a new environment, without a sense of security or belonging. Fong Che nodded. He didn't care about her disguise. On the contrary, he hoped that Night Dream's disguise would be stronger, preferably so strong that even he couldn't detect it. "Do you know why I fed you those 2 divine fruits?" Fong Che asked. "Divine fruits?" Night Dream showed a perfectly timed look of confusion. "They are Tianmai Zhugua, which greatly benefit improving one's talent." Fong Che explained everything openly. He knew that Night Dream would never agree with him, so he had to clarify everything himself. It turns out it's this kind of divine fruit. This servant is unworthy." Night Dream knelt down in fear, repeatedly kowtowing. Fong Che's approving gaze flashed briefly. "This girl, her acting skills are really impressive, worthy of being specially dispatched as a spy. I saved you impulsively at first." Fong Che seriously said something he didn't believe himself, "But after saving you, I realized it wouldn't work. Just being a maid is too wasteful." Night Dream remained silent. "To become a concubine, I'm not yet at the innate great master level, and I can't be seduced by you and ruin my future," Fong Che said. Night Dream lowered her head, unable to resist, secretly rolling her eyes. "So, I thought about it, and you're useless anyway," Fong Che said confidently. Night Dream, So, I might as well give you some benefits and let you practice martial arts. Maybe you'll be useful in the future, Fong Che naturally said. "Starting tomorrow, you'll practice martial arts with me. If you don't meet my requirements in the future, you'll still be discarded by me. Anytime. Understood. Your servant understands." "Good, Strive. I don't need a waste." Fong Che finished washing his feet and laid down on the bed. "Why aren't you leaving yet? Do you want to stay overnight? Tell you, don't think about such beautiful things." Night Dream lowered her head and clenched her fists. Furious, she turned and walked out. "Your servant retreats. Dreaming is possible," Fong Che added. Her footsteps became heavier. Fong Che had already fallen asleep, and the bedroom was quiet. Outside, Night Dream tossed and turned, unable to sleep, always feeling that this mission was so smooth, everything proceeded according to the ideal results in her heart. Not coming, prepare beforehand, how difficult, how dangerous. But now it feels not like that. Everything was considered. Even if this guy forcibly demanded her to serve him in bed, how to use illusions or substitutes, everything was arranged properly. But now, is this it? That night, Night Dream issued the Earth spy report after infiltrating Fong Che's side.